Figure it out. I don't know how. We're good.
All right, I want to welcome everybody to the July West Rock Hill Township Supervisors meeting. Would you all please rise and join me in the pledge to the flag? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for coming. The first on the agenda is public comment. If anybody has any public comment on agenda items, please state your name and address. Seeing none, I will move on to announcements. We will be having an executive session tonight after our meeting to discuss some personnel and some real estate matters. And also, I would like to announce that we did have a quasi-judicial deliberation were conducted on the conditional use application that was presented on 6/18, which was last month. And that was the sign company that was proposed at the old bank on Lawn Avenue. You remember that? Stating that, I'll move on to consent agenda. If anybody has any question on the July or the June 18th meeting minutes, the WIN review, status, escrow, and vouchers, action plans about to expire, emergency services report, building and zoning, public works, planning commission report, conservation committee report, and Greg, I'll ask you to read the treasury report if you wouldn't mind, please.
Sure. The treasurer's report for June 30th, 2025. The general fund, $1,899,244.07. Highway aid, $274,320.45. Open space, $1,473,741.55. The park fund, $92,569.46. The equipment fund, $32,715.80. Highway capital, $147.64. Street light, $42,520.97. The general fund reserve, $516,721.73. Open space Manderfield, $557.52. Sewage maintenance, $219,609.47. The stormwater fund, $1,544.83. And the escrow funds, $971,492.80.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions about that?
I have none.
Okay.
Yep, reviewed it. I have none, but did want to say thank you to all the fire companies who helped everybody out with the downpours last week.
Yep, I echo that too. Thank you very much. And with that, I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
So moved.
Motion's been made.
Seconded.
Second, all those signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you. Moving forward, confirmed appointments. I do not see any here. Greg? None?
Correct.
Okay. Since there are none, we'll move on. Committee reports. The first on here is Park and Rec Committee, Mr. Dave Rice. How are you?
All right, I'm good. Much better at this than it's All-Star game. Representing Schwab's is he's my favorite, so that was an excellent finish to the game. All right, September Fest. Everybody knows that. They have it on the calendar. If they haven't, you got to put it on there. It's September 28th, noon to 4. We're going to have a blast across the street at James Memorial Park. We got a lot of events coming up. As the supervisors would know, there's fun food and festivities all going to be there. I sent them a list of requests for approval. There were 6 lanyards and ID badges, koozies, some tables, concrete base for the gazebo location. We've already booked actually 4 events through 2:30 at the new gazebo. So we're looking forward to getting that placed. So we got the concrete base that's already there. And the man tree replacement, I spoke to Mrs. Mann today, and she was in favor of the red scarlet oak since we had some issues with the evergreen tree that was originally planted in the said location. There was no update to the Park and Rec tree plan because we didn't have a Park and Rec meeting to discuss the location with approved tree. So that's why that didn't get updated. I'm going to bring that to the, because I got all pictures and the benches and the trees for the next Park and Rec meeting next Thursday. Feature film of the fire, October 18th at dusk. Home Alone, the original. So it's going to be a good movie. Chief, I'm going to ask if you have any officers that would like to attend. October 18th at dusk. They had a great time last year. So I would. Oh, so you're going to be arm wrestling them for it. All right. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I actually have myself a note there just to make sure that I made sure I asked to see if any of September 5th.
Well, it might be October.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I think I laid it out in the document, all kinds of details for any kind of questions that might come up. Kind of give as much detail as I possibly could.
Yes.
You talk about this.
Yep.
Yes.
He's talking about
And then there was additional documents as well.
Do you say in your minutes that you're getting folding tables and canopies? I don't see canopies. Is that
Canopies,
something-
no,
Not yet.
not yet. Correct. Yes. Because I know we had to get the tables to replace the ones that
Tables are on here, lanyards are on here,
correct.
koozies are on here.
Yep. It is just yes, because we had to actually go in there and we have 6 or 8. I forget what it is, but we need 2 more. So that is the quick. Yes. But that will be on
Is it one
Thursday.
big motion for-
Yeah, well, you want to discuss do you want,
Yes,
is there any issues with those things at all? If not, we'll move on to the location of the gazebo.
that was the one thing I wanted to talk about.
Yep. Okay, so let's move on to the location of the gazebo because we had some debate, as you know,
Sure.
discussion over there at the park, and you laid out a couple different plans.
Can I preface that with
Yes, go ahead.
So the Park and Rec unanimously approved the location that we had presented. That's why I presented that plan to the Board of Supervisors. So that was the one that I had to, as the chairman, present to the Board of Supervisors because we actually.
Are you
approved it.
talking about the one that was revised or the one that was in the swale with that, the pipe?
No,
is
it's
gonna
not
be-
in the swell anymore.
No, I know.
The
But-
one that's
But
actually-
it was in the swale when
Previously.
we talked at the Park and Rec meeting. And you were gonna put a pipe there and put concrete. But
No,
then we
we-
went over and looked at that after that.
That
right?
was actually after, when we actually went to the location. Because the Park and Rec meeting, we decided the location, and then we actually met, because that's where I met Seth and Tony at
Mhm.
the park, and that was after the fact. When we discussed the location to lay it out with the transit, with the, all the measurements, all that stuff. Because the drawing that I had, well, that we had discussed was real close to the swell, if not dead center in the swell. I forget if the center was
Yeah.
in the swell or not. So we adjusted it 15 feet one way, and then that didn't work. So we adjusted it 15 foot closer to the pavement, to the walking path. And that way that would actually work. The transit and the elevation, there was about a 10.5 inch from the top of the decking to the pathway. So we actually had the transit on site, and that was the elevation. That's the pictures that we have with the location. That's this one. You got it.
Right. That's those decisions though, I thought were after the meeting. That at the where the stump is, moving it to where the stump is.
We moved it 15 foot. That's what we did.
Right.
So that's
I'm not
because
saying-
we moved it out of the swale.
Correct. But it was done after our meeting, the Park and Rec meeting, moving it out of the swale. So that's why we're discussing this now, because
Sure.
the supervisors need to decide on whether that's an adequate location or not. David, do you have any concerns regarding that?
The only thing I would do, defer to Steve.
Yep.
As far as.
Steve, would you give your analysis on the location that was presented by?
And address the handicap issue as well.
Yes.
I'll do my best because there's a bunch of marks out there and I don't remember which marks are who, but right. As Mr. Kaiser indicated, standing at the small Markley Pavilion,
Do you have
to
this?
the right, yeah, I have that.
Okay.
To the right-hand side is where you wanted it. You have the swale that's sort of further away from the
Correct.
towards the rear of the Markley Pavilion. And on the right-hand side of the Markley Pavilion, you have the swale that comes from the top, behind the tot lot, down
Yes.
behind the memory garden and across. So
Correct.
that side is restricted too. So there's really two two constraining factors. One is stay away from the swales, and two is give us enough pathway to get ADA accessibility to one side of the
Correct.
pavilion.
Yep.
Well, my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, is that the current preferred location is between the existing path and the swale on the left-hand side of the small Markley.
If you're
Pavilion.
looking at the Markley Pavilion to the left, yes. That was the one that was approved. Like I said, we adjusted a 15-foot when we were on site because
Those are the white marks that were.
the white marks,
There were
and
three
actually that's
different
what
white marks,
the
yeah.
last picture that I sent, that's the one that it represents.
But it would be short of the swale. The swale would still run
Yes.
behind the new location.
Yes, correct.
But then the question will just be, can a path go straight out from the pavilion, or does it have to loop around a little bit to get the length?
And that's why I said
That you-
about the
that you would
elevation.
do.
We talked about the 10.5 inches to the top of the gazebo floor to the pathway.
Yeah, I didn't have all the dimensions on the gazebo, how,
Right.
tall
Oh,
the
gotcha.
framing is and
It's
things.
a
for the
2x6
concrete.
frame and then a 5/4 decking. So it's 7 inches, and then you figure if it's an inch or 3 inches
Yeah.
above for the concrete.
Right. But the concrete could be essentially be set at grade.
Yes,
So we really just have to make up the difference for about 8 inches.
yes, correct.
Step up into the.
Okay, that being said, the gazebo was moved back from the original location closer to the pin oak tree. If there's no issues with that, and Steve doesn't think there is other than the configuration of the trail.
Right, I'd have to see what Tony put
And that
together.
can be done. That can be done in due time, right?
Mhm.
We can still move forward with approving this plan.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
I think the only adjustment would be maybe exactly where the path goes.
Yep. Okay,
Is the stump an issue?
it'll be ground out.
Okay, but,
It's not an issue. No,
okay.
it can be taken care of, right?
Yep.
Dave?
Yeah.
Stump, right?
Yeah, I did a lot of homework on that, and I was looking through the past park, and I was looking at my old tree pictures, and I'm like, well, we got rid of the cherry trees. There's no, elevation change. The other trees that on the, what do you call it? The big, what do you call it? We've removed a couple trees, and they haven't. If this stump was ground and removed, we haven't seen any, sinking trees, stumps, areas. As long as the root system's removed and the stump's ground, and the fill dirt's compacted.
Well, we would be backfilling with stone. So there wouldn't be sinkage. It
There you
wouldn't be settlement like it would be
Yeah.
dirt, okay?
That would be good.
Hal, you have any issues or concerns?
No, the main thing was making sure that we don't have to trigger anything, which is ADA. Aside from that, if
Correct.
we can get it. And that location does give you a little bit better view out over the big area of the park.
Mhm.
So you're a little bit further away.
Okay.
So sounds
All
okay.
right, so I'll entertain a motion or Dave. you still
One
want to
question,
talk?
we have plans for a base for the gazebo of concrete, right?
Yes, 18-foot octagonal.
Okay.
So it's a foot outside the perimeter of the gazebo.
So we have a quote for that and everything looks good.
And that quote also includes the elevation of the egress pad that is outside the entrance to the gazebo. And then that will taper down to a pathway to the existing walking path.
Good.
Okay. All right,
The questions.
okay, no further questions. I'll entertain a motion to approve the plan regarding the gazebo and the items that are on the list.
So moved.
Motion's been made. Second, all those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Dave.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
One question
Yes,
before you go. What about, did we have a volunteer application for someone?
Oh, yes, we have to,
It's in the packet.
Yes,
yes.
yes, Miss Dietz. Yes,
Jan
Mrs.
Dietz, Jan
Yeah,
Dietz has applied and
Yes,
was recommended,
Correct.
to fill the position.
The alternate
So-
position.
So
yes.
with that being said, do I hear a motion to approve the recommendation from the Park and Rec?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion's been made.
I will second.
Second, all those signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you. So now we have a full.
David, thank you for bringing that up. We didn't miss that.
Yes, thank you, David.
Okay, moving forward, commission reports. First on here is the Penn Regional Police Department. Mr. Chief Dickinson, how are you, Chief?
Good, how are you doing?
Well, thanks.
Good evening. Good evening. I have the June 2025 activity report for the Penn Regional Police Department. In the month of June, the police department handled 756 calls for service. Of those calls, 303 were in East Rock Hill Township, 446 were in West Rock Hill Township, and 7 calls for assisting our neighboring agencies. The department handled 24 traffic crashes in the month of June. 9 were reportable, 15 were non-reportable, with 9 occurring in East Rock Hill Township and 15 occurring here in West Rock Hill Township. Our criminal activities that were reported in the month of June, we have 15 crimes against property, 8 crimes against persons, 4 crimes against society, and 8 Group B offenses, which are your more minor offenses. Excuse me. These reported crimes include, for East Rock Hill Township, there was a report of criminal mischief, reported disorderly conduct, 2 DUIs, 1 fraud, 6 harassments, 1 motor vehicle theft, 1 ordinance violation, and 3 reports of theft. Here in West Rock Hill Township, we had a hit-and-run crash, a simple assault report, criminal mischief, 3 drug complaints, 3 harassment complaints, 3 fraud complaints, 1 sale of tobacco to a juvenile complaint, 3 thefts, and 2 trespassing complaints. So criminal charges that we filed in the month of June include the following charges: endangering the welfare of a child, simple assault, 4 charges of drug possession, 3 charges of drug paraphernalia, 5 charges of harassment, 5 charges of driving under the influence, 1 public drunk, 2 charges of disorderly conduct, a violation of the dog law, 2 violations of protection from abuse order, and 1 charge of sale of tobacco to a minor. Other activities for the police department in the month of June included 175 traffic enforcement details. We issued 83 traffic citations, 95 traffic warnings, conducted 99 park checks, 68 business checks, and attended or participated in 289 hours of training. So far for the year of 2025, the department has responded to an even number, 4,800 calls for service, handled 150 crashes or accidents, which is also a round number. 183 offenses have been reported, 152 criminal charges have been filed, and 1,328 hours of training have either been attended or the officers have been present at. And that would be your June 2025 police activity report.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Any questions for the Chief?
No, it looks like we're about 500 plus, or no, just a little under 500 calls for service more than last year.
Yeah, I mean, those calls for servicing, that's not directly just calls, 911 calls. That also involves activities of the officers. But yes, we're up about 500 calls. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep, okay. I will entertain a motion for approval of the Chief's report.
So moved.
Motion's been made. Second?
Second.
Second. All those signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Chief. Have a great night.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay, moving forward, next on here is the Joint Rec Authority report. Angela Goodwin. Is Angela here?
No, she could not make it.
Okay, Greg, I'll have to ask you to read the report, please.
Okay, you have the minutes. I'll go over some of the highlights. The feasibility study, Aquatic Designs, has started to work on the study. We're now in the process of getting the committee together to work with them. The conservation easement funds, $220,000 has been placed in the Pliget CD fund for future. They have a new camp, a wild and rec camp is going to attend the pool week for August 18th for 4 days, from 10:30 until the afternoon. The YMCA is interested in aquatics team of having the pool till the end of September. They're going to have to run some numbers and they'll be looking into that. Flick and Float, an approval was made to purchase a new screen and speaker. The screen was missing. The audio system is old, and it was not very loud last year. Both were over $100. Also, the Chase lounges have been a big hit. The board approved an additional order for 20 more chairs. Events and fundraisers scheduled. The next Flick and Float is August 8th. The movie is to be determined. The boat regatta is scheduled for July 19th. Christmas in July is on the 25th. The adult night out is August 16th. They've raised $518 at Community Day in Percy, $1,000 from the Dine and Donated Bankers, and $63 from Charles. They have a raffle ticket sale for the month of July going on at the pool for the Iron Pigs tickets. The August 24th game, which is a Sunday, donated by Jan and Kevin Dees. Seems to be going well. The next Dine and Donate has been scheduled for January 5th at the Perk, and they received a donation of $850 from Wilcox. They now have a total of 999 members. They don't have a daily pass count on the weekend, but from personal observations, on the weekend of 6/28 and 6/29, the parking lot was parked all the way to the back. On July 6th, there was also, as soon as the pool opened, we had a line of people for day passes.
Okay, I have a question. I don't know that you can answer it. I see that this 999 members. Now, I've asked for season tickets. How many season tickets we've sold from West Rock Hill Township, Sellersville, the outside areas, and haven't gotten that. The 999 members, I assume that they're individuals. That's not season tickets.
Correct. That would be membership.
Okay, so we're still trying to track the season tickets that are sold. So we have an accurate account of how we're doing as far as selling season tickets.
And I know that I spoke with Reggie, who's accounting over at Borough,
Okay,
and we now have a rec desk, is the software they use to get a little scanner. But in order to track West Rock Hill versus Sellersville, as far as the initial setup, they only care whether you're a resident. So we have to go through, add another column and start pulling people out by, okay, are you West Rock Hill or are you East Rock Hill? Because the form that we have is just, are you resident of West Rock Hill or Sellersville Borough?
and they don't document that when they take them in, like when you buy a pass?
Not directly. Usually we get the address and then they'll put in a question next year, but so far we've been concerned about getting people. We don't have a way of tracking them, and we did pull out the addresses for West Rock Hill and Sellersville Borough. Reggie's working on that so I can collate the addresses and figure out who's where.
Okay. We have requested this last year though, already, because it was a concern of how many season tickets we were selling. That was the interest, to try to sell more tickets. So we wanted to get a handle on how many tickets we were taking in. So that's important to have. So the board can analyze, where we are. I don't see any financials here as far as what's in the account. And how are we going to track the 220,000 that was put in that CD? Do we get a printout of that every month or not?
I think that just goes into the statement of revenues and expenditures, because I know fund balance remaining was showing at that 345. Let me get down a little. We got the 3 pages of expenditures year to date. Pages, workman's comp, I know it's in here. Fund balance, expenditures, revenue. Let me see about getting the Pledget Fund,
Okay.
a separate line.
Just something, if it takes you till next month to get, I'd like to be able to just track that.
Mhm.
If we could. And then, it is important to see how much operating cash that the Joint Rec Authority does have.
Mhm.
And then I did get a notification from somebody too. There was supposed to be a movie night or something, and the movie didn't work or something, so they couldn't have it.
Yeah,
Can
the
you
first,
elaborate on that?
no, I wasn't there for that.
Okay, all right. Okay,
Technical difficulties, so we're working on getting that straightened out.
okay. David, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I had two questions. You actually took one of them, so, they were saying, Angela's not here, so I'm not sure we can get any answers, but they say they were so pleased with the new blow-up screen on the projector. I was just wondering how it worked on July 11th. I guess it didn't.
It didn't work.
The second one was in this report, they talk about money raised. They got money from Unity Day Dine and Donate Charos and a donation from Wilcox Salvage. With my understanding, they also got a contribution recently from the community center, but I didn't see it listed on here.
I think that was last month. That was $200 from Enridge Community Center.
I didn't see it either.
Okay, well, I think
I'll go back and check last month's.
I know that Reggie had to rekey it because I actually gave a presentation to the community center on the history of Holiday House, which was a donation, which I then signed over to them. So they're still keying that in as a donation, not from me, but from Penridge Senior Center.
Okay, well, it seems like the pumps and everything are working. There's no issues there, right?
So far, so good.
Okay.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, very good. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve the report as presented.
So moved.
All right, motion's been made.
Second.
Second, all those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Okay, moving forward then. Next on the list is tax collector, Suzanne Clark. Hi, Suzanne.
Okay, for the month of July, I've collected for annual taxes $7,101.65. 2024 interim tax is $11.99, and a streetlight tax of $32.37, which now they are in penalty. School tax bills are out there. I will have extra hours in the month of August. They would be August the 18th, Monday, 10 to 1. August 22nd and 29th, that's a Friday, from 6 to 8. Wednesday, August 27th, 1 to 4. And Thursday, August 28th, from 10 to 1. And of course, I'm there every Tuesday anyway, but I will not be there Tuesday, August the 26th. I will not be there. It is my birthday, and I'm not working on that day before I'm going away for the weekend. So just an FYI. I will be there Wednesday, but
Well, have a nice time.
oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
But there's always the drop box that's outside the township building. You can drop your taxes anytime. And I always tell people if they come during the week and if I'm not here, they can throw it in my office door. The township building is open from 9 to 4, and they're welcome to place their tax bills there anytime.
Okay,
And that's it.
thank you.
Mhm.
All right, any questions?
No questions.
Okay.
No questions.
I will make a motion to approve the tax collector's report as presented.
Second.
Second's been made. All those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. Okay, moving forward, engineers report. Steve Balla, how are you, Mr. Balla?
Fine, thank you. The one item we have on the agenda tonight is the Select Properties Fisher Track minor subdivision. Planning Commission had recommended preliminary final approval at their June meeting, and we have representatives here tonight, so I'll let them give you an overview of the project.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. Greg Edelman here on behalf of Select. As Steve said, we were in front of the Planning Commission regarding the Fisher Minor subdivision. It's 118 Mountain View Road. There's 2 lots proposed. The subdivision is approximately the newly subdivided lot is approximately 5 acres net. The residual is 4.6833 acres. No development is proposed. It's just drawing a lot line between the 2 properties. And any future development of the newly subdivided lot will be handled as part of the overall lawn subdivision. So this evening, all that's before you is really just drawing a lot line through the middle of the property. There's a corollary as well. There's a non-building waiver for the sewage facilities planning. As you're aware, anytime you do a subdivision, you have to have some level of sewage facilities planning approval or a waiver. And since there's no development proposed, we've asked the township to sign the waiver. There's a note on the plan that is called the DEP sewage planning note that says no development can occur on this property unless there's some subsequent future sewer planning that has been approved. So that's their standard language. I believe the Planning Commission also signed that at the meeting as well. So we're here this evening just asking for approval of the minor subdivision as well as execution of the non-building waiver.
Okay, we heard the request.
Could I just clarify something?
Yes.
In lieu of waiver requests for road frontage improvements, you were requesting that
The deferral.
the deferral agreement.
That is correct.
So at such time that any future development occurs on this property, then the issue of improvements would be.
It will have to be done.
would be
That-
ratified.
That's right.
Which
That's
is what we discussed or had questioned on.
The prior one.
Prior. yes.
That as well. That is in accordance with your saldo provisions as well.
Correct. Any questions? Any other questions regarding this matter?
No.
Okay,
Sure.
pretty straightforward.
Yes.
Okay,
Drawing a line.
I'll entertain a motion to,
Approval resolution.
oh,
You want to do it next month as the approval or?
Wait, which are we doing?
Oh.
The minor subdivisions, we
Right.
have
Oh.
approved as a letter as opposed to a
Okay.
resolution.
let's get it
Right,
right.
yeah.
Let's make sure we're doing it right.
And then separately, you would have to
Approve the non-building.
approve or authorize the manager to sign the non-building waiver for DEP. Was that's what you were expecting, right?
That's
A letter of
correct.
Approval, not a resolution.
We don't need a resolution on a minor subdivision because it falls under your
We're just approving
alternate
a letter,
procedure.
we're just approving a letter of resolution,
Letter
a letter.
of approval.
letter of approval. Okay, so I'll entertain a motion for,
I'll make the motion.
okay, motion's been made.
I will second.
Second, all those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Great, thank you.
And if you do I'd recommend you do a second motion to authorize the manager to sign the
Non-building.
non-building waiver.
okay.
I will make that motion.
Motion's been made.
Second.
Second, all those signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have
Great.
it.
Thank you very much for your time this evening. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay. Is that it?
That's all I have unless there's any other questions.
All right, I'll entertain a motion for approval on the engineer's report.
So moved.
Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
Second, all those signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you very much. Moving forward, next on the agenda is solicitor report. Dave Keatley, are you there, Dave?
Can you hear me? And can you
Yeah.
see me?
Loud and clear. Can't see
Great.
you, but I can hear you.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good evening. So the first item that I have is part 2 of 2, the conditional use application. You heard evidence and testimony last month from the applicant, Laurelland Corporation, doing business as or trading as Fast Signs. They're interested in conducting a retail use at the 835 Lawn Avenue. It used to be a Univest building. We conducted the hearing. We closed the hearing last month. Now it is ripe for a vote by the Board of Supervisors, and you can vote to approve, to deny, or to approve it with certain conditions. So I would need a motion of any one of those 3 options at this point. And if there's conditions, I would ask that you recite the conditions that you'd like imposed. And then we'll need a second, and then put it to a vote.
Okay, this was lengthy discussed last month. Are there any questions or concerns regarding the matter before we move forward?
I have none.
Okay.
I have none.
Okay, Dave, do I need to open the hearing up, or?
No, I just need a motion to approve or deny or approve with conditions. The hearing's already done. We closed the hearing last month.
All right.
So
So
it's
I
just
would
your decision and your vote.
I would make a motion to approve with conditions. And I believe, do we have those conditions down here that were listed?
Yes, there's 5 of them that
Yep.
you had previously discussed.
Okay, so I will read them off. The applicant shall conduct the use in accordance with the conditional use application as well as with testimony and evidence presented in the hearing of June 18, 2025. The applicant shall conduct in the use in compliance with the West Rock Hill Township zoning ordinance, including but not limited to all requirements listed in the section 450.1604.E1 of West Rock Hill Township Code relating to retail trade and retail service uses. Before using the drive-through facility on the property, applicant must demonstrate compliance with the requirements of an H11 accessory drive-through facility use under section 450-1604H11 of the West Rock Hill Township Code. These requirements include receiving additional conditional use approval pursuant to section 450-1604H11B of the code. There shall be no storage of equipment, inventory, or merchandise or customer property, such as automobiles outside the building on the property. The applicant shall comply with all other federal, state, and local laws and regulations. Those are the requirements.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now we would just need a second on that.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion's been made and second. All those signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take care of getting a written decision out to the applicant.
Okay, very good.
Now, the next item that I have is it's a cable franchise renewal agreement for Verizon. So we'll call it a public hearing. It's a public hearing under the Federal Cable Act, Section 626 of the Federal Cable Act. It's not really a public hearing in the sense that we're going to have an applicant or a petitioner and respondent. It's really more so an opportunity for public comment and public questions. So the township's current franchise with Verizon is within the industry norm renewal window. So it's time to start thinking about the renewal. And the township is beginning the process of renewing the franchise. This public hearing is part of the preliminary portion of franchise renewal, in which the township reviews the cable operator's past performance and identifies the township's future cable-related community needs. As such, the purpose of this public hearing is to invite comments from any citizens who wish to speak regarding either or both of the aforementioned subjects. Any potential renewal agreement will be considered at a future meeting of the Board of Supervisors, and tonight's hearing is only to gather your questions and your comments. Franchise renewal is the best opportunity for municipalities to assert their rights with respect to their cable operator and to obtain important benefits in return for granting the cable operator the right to use their public rights of way. And those benefits include things like state-of-the-art cable system now and in the future, strong customer service standards, free services to community facilities, better reporting requirements from cable operators, maximized franchise fees, public educational and governmental channels if desired, funding for those types of channels, legal protections for the right of ways, and better mechanisms to enforce the franchise agreement. Those are just some of the potential benefits available through franchise renewal, and the public may address those items or any other cable-related items that are important to them. Now, I should mention that the townships engage the services of Cohen Law Group. They're out in Pittsburgh, but they do these statewide to assist during the franchise renewal process so that any questions or comments we get tonight will be forwarded to them for their consideration and for their response. Now, Mr. Chairman, I would ask you to open up the hearing for questions and comments from the public at this point.
Yes, okay. At this time, I will open up the hearing and I will ask for any public comment or questions from the public regarding this matter, which is a basic franchise agreement renewal. We've all seen these things and have been through them mostly. There's nothing hidden here. It's all standard. Seeing none? Okay. Seeing none, I will close the hearing at
Yes,
this time. All right, so hearing's closed.
we'll close the hearing and then we will be placing this as an agenda item at a future meeting for an ordinance considering adopting a new franchise agreement once one is drafted. So this will appear on an agenda again at some point in the future.
Very good.
Now, the third item that we have on the solicitor's report for you is a potential very limited purpose agreement to be potentially considered by the township and Telford Borough Authority, who provides water and sewer service to portions of West Rock Hill Township. We split those regions in the township pursuant to an agreement reached in 1977 with TBA, Telford Borough Authority. Those regions, TBA's areas, are split into Regions 1 and Regions 2. Now, some of you may know, I'm sure many of you are familiar with the fact that Ridge Road was recently ripped up. North Penn Water Authority is installing or has undertaken and nearly completed the installation of a water transmission main that carries water between one of their service areas up by Sellersville Borough down into Montgomery County, Tylersport area. They reached out to the township and they made an offer of an opportunity for any businesses or residences, any buildings along Ridge Road who wanted to tap into that transmission main to be serviced by TBA, they would have this opportunity, but only while Ridge Road is still torn up. It wouldn't make any sense to, it's not necessarily make as much sense to do this after Ridge Road is repaved, because then you'd have to tear up the road again after it was repaved. So for the limited purpose of this stretch along Ridge Road, there's an agreement to be considered. The reason that we need, if you are interested in this idea, the reason that we would need this agreement is because the 1977 agreement prohibits any new connections in Region 2 until there's a determination that Region 1 has been fully serviced, and that determination has not been made yet. So since all these residences on the eastern and southern side of Ridge Road are in Region 2, they basically need special authorization from the board to be allowed to have TBA hook them up for water service. So that's what the proposed agreement is for you tonight for consideration and for discussion.
Okay.
I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. So for those of you who have been aware of these meetings and followed along, originally North Penn Water Authority just presented a water line, transmission line that they were going to supply the hospital. That was the original plan that they applied for. But after that plan has materialized here, there has been thoughts of the possibility of allowing properties to hook up to the public water while it's there. So after time has gone by here, I have thought about the fact that if we're going to allow something like this to happen, now would be the time, because once that road's paved, we don't want to have that torn up again. So it is open for discussion. if we do decide to go forward with this, it would only be the Telford serving side, which would be east or south of the Ridge Road.
Correct.
The properties this way. It would not be on the other side of the Ridge Road because that's not their serving area. That would include all properties, as was explained, I believe all the way out to Niceville,
Yes,
this way, and then down Almont, right?
that's correct.
Yes. My fellow supervisors have any concerns, questions regarding this matter?
Just as long as we all understand that once the Ridge Road is paved, we're done.
Yeah, that's important for everyone to know. This is only a short window of opportunity. If you don't take the opportunity, I shouldn't say you, but if the people that this would affect, if they don't take the opportunity now, that window would close once the road's overlaid, because it's going to be completely overlaid. So this isn't our doing, but we are trying to at least express the availability of, if this was wished by somebody, if somebody wanted public water, now would be the time to allow them to have it. So, question, yes. Hold on. Right here. Mr. Landis, can you state your address?
Sure. Brian Landis, 125 Augustine Road.
Yes.
So just a question. So it's a North Penn Water Authority line,
Mhm.
but TBA would offer the water. So they just would have formed some type of an agreement, kind of like what they did with Sellersville Borough with the sewer on that side.
Yes, that would be.
Okay. So it's the North Penn Water. So so
Nobody else.
it's all paperwork basically.
Yes.
But since it's TBA's region, they're just using the North Penn Water Authority water line. Okay. And once it's done, so the new developments coming would be a separate proposed, I should say, behind Fasagio's, not related to this.
That's not related to this at this time, no.
Got you. Okay. Thank you.
Am I clear on that, Steve?
Correct on that.
Am I correct on that? This would not apply to any of the developments that are proposed behind Fasagio's, or would it?
That's what Greg and I were just talking about. I don't know that it's clear in here, but I think we should make it clear that it's for existing properties only and not
The letter
new
said,
development.
yes, the letter said existing properties along Ridge Road.
Yeah.
That's what the letter said.
I think we just need to make sure that that's worded correctly.
That is a valid question and concern. Okay. You're up next.
Joanna Talley, 113 Ridge Valley Road. I'm just wondering, when are we supposed to get that road paved now? So this might defer that?
It might delay it a little bit. It was supposed to originally be done in August, I believe, no later than September. But they actually, I think, are further ahead than what they were supposed to. They're ahead of schedule at this time.
But that road's a mess.
Well, we understand that.
Yeah.
But the road's going to be done right when this is done. It's what we
Mhm.
explained. And as you know, we have got them to overlay the entire road, not just half,
Mhm.
which are only required to do. We got them to overlay the entire road. So you'll have a complete new Ridge Road when it's done. However, it makes more sense to decide now if we're going to allow water service to be put in here as opposed to tearing the road up later down the road.
Oh, I agree, but I think this should have been thought about 2 months ago and not
Well,
delay fixing the road.
You were
you know?
exactly, this would have been
Good
nice if
point.
they would have brought this up when they first brought the plan in front of us to put a water line down Ridge Road
Mhm.
from Niceville to the hospital. They should have
Mhm.
been open about it from the beginning. The
But
same,
have they
the same,
talked about what it will do in delay? I mean, are they opening the window
Well,
for a month or 2 months or 3 months?
that's going to be, if we decide tonight, we would like to make sure that they authorize people and they have to make a decision quick.
Mhm.
This is not going to be something that sits around for months.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the
They have
bridge
to
is
decide.
bad.
They
you
have to
know.
decide if they want it. If they want to do it, then now's the time. You got to do it.
Mhm.
So we're not going to let them delay very long. I'm hoping that this can be done and paving and all be done before September or in September,
My
right?
understanding, they already have an understanding of a few people that have asked.
Oh.
So it should not take long to resolve that.
That's why this got presented to us, because
Mhm.
there have been a few people that have asked along Ridge Road to connect to public water.
Mhm.
And they have a contractor ready to go. I mean,
But that was brought up a couple months ago. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
So
And I actually questioned it to Dan, if you remember, if you were in the meeting
Mhm.
here, and Dan said to me, well, you can deny it if you want, Mr. Kaiser. But I don't, it's not that I want to deny it. It's that I would have liked this to have been presented when the plan was presented from the beginning,
Mhm.
so that people would have some time to plan. Because it's not very easy to get somebody to come in and connect a water service, to your house.
No, I agree.
in
I'm
a
just
short
saying,
amount of time.
the road itself needs to be addressed because it's very choppy. We ride motorcycle and it's dangerous.
We know that.
And yeah,
Yep.
so.
We share
I
the
don't wanna
same
see it.
concerns with you, and we have been on North Penn about the conditions and the patch paving that's been done.
Mhm.
They have gotten better from what they were originally out here at Almont and Ridge Road. So we're on it.
Okay.
We understand your concerns.
All right, thank
Okay?
you.
You're welcome.
Joe Swinney, Holiday House Road. Everything you're saying makes all the sense in the world, but to your point, can we just get a definition of what the window is? In other words, if somebody says, yes, I want to hook up to the water, how much time do they have to make that happen? Is it 2 months? Is it 3 months? Is it, you know what I mean? You may want to define that.
Well, we're hoping that it'll be sooner than later. We're not going to let it drag out till fall, I think.
Yeah, but you should actually ink that, right? That's all.
Yep. Okay. Thank you for your comment. Mr. Miller?
Jim Miller, 916 Thousand Acre Road. What they're proposing is to put a line in toward the house to the edge of the right of way. They're not talking about going all the way into the house, right? So why wouldn't you just do that for every property along there right now? Because that to me was going to protect you in the future if somebody else buys that property.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because that question was presented
Okay.
at the public meeting that I came to, which I was the only citizen here. They don't do that because the taps, they end up leaking. Okay.
Okay.
If they don't get used, they end up leaking and they have problems, and they got to come back and dig it up and fix it
Okay.
because it's a leaking problem. That's why they don't do it. That's what was explained to me by Dan Preston in a
Okay.
meeting here.
Right.
I did ask that question
I mean, it
originally.
just makes sense to get them done,
did.
get them all done now, and then the road, you don't have to worry about it.
I hear you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so that is a huge concern about the time frame, which we don't really have we don't have a number as far as how long this would actually take. Our
Correct,
decision is
because-
to allow, allow it, right?
Is to allow it. Plus, I don't know what North Penn's contract says about the contractor getting it completed by. I'm sure it has to be completed by this fall.
I thought originally it was September.
I thought it was
The end of
September too.
September, something like that. I
Yes.
thought. So that is something we need to address.
Oh, so that's what it has for in paragraph 4, timely requested pursuant to this agreement. So it's got to be reasonably and timely.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, it's just got to be with enough time so that it can happen before the repaving of the road, which, as I understand, was going to be September, but they were running ahead of schedule, which brings it into August.
Right. Okay. David, any other further comment?
No, we are going to make a motion to approve the water service agreement.
Yes.
With the one caveat that it's to existing structures.
Yep. That's right.
Yep.
Correct. And can you say that one more time, please, so that people can hear it?
To existing structures, not to new development, not to allow development.
Existing structures that people want water service. That's what's on the table to approve.
With a final date of when the road will be paid.
Well, the final date, we don't have an exact date, but we're working towards it. And I would like to try to stick with what their original agreement was. And I believe, I can't tell you the exact day, but I think it was in September.
I think September would be difficult. Somebody says, yes, I want to do this, there's all that extra work to do, so it may now be October, November, but we should just define that.
Yeah, we will define it, but we have to decide tonight whether we're going to allow it because we can't wait another month. This has to happen like quick. Yeah. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Sylvia Sheehan, Hayfler Road.
Hi.
Hi. Are the people along Ridge Road going to be notified that they have 30 days to do this or something?
Somebody will notify them whether it's North Penn Water.
Okay.
Yes. Right? They don't know. I don't know how many days they're going to have, right? Do you?
They may have already gotten a letter like that.
Right, but somebody will notify them that this is the time frame they have
Yeah, North Penn already
because
did a
people
letter
will sit
drop.
on it.
Yeah, North Penn already did a letter in the very
Okay.
beginning to contact the township if you were interested.
Okay, thank you.
So they will have notification.
Okay, thank
Whether
you.
they decide to do it will be on them. Thank you. Okay, seeing no
We
other,
do, we do have, it's this paragraph to just make it, read it in for the record. The opportunity for any property in Region 2 to request to connect to the water main shall be automatically extinguished and no longer available when the repaving of any portion of Ridge Road between County Line and Almont begins. So it's a one-time,
clearly stated.
once the paving starts on any part of that, window's closed and we go back to what happened. Initially, the idea was, okay, Region 1 goes up to the creek going from Telford up. The idea is you want to have slow growth and think things out. Nobody expected to have a water main put under Ridge Road to connect North Penn Water Authority to the hospital. So now we have this odd opportunity. So we're making an exception for something that nobody ever thought of back in 1977.
I will tell you, I do believe that the school was one of the applicants that.
Noah's Ark daycare, yeah.
So it makes perfect sense. I mean, that's a huge facility there.
Just a follow-up question though. The letter drop that went on, right? If they didn't have this approval that we're talking about tonight, how did they drop a letter to everybody and say they're interested in this? Seems odd, right?
I don't know.
Like, hey, by the way, if you're interested, you can hook up, but we don't have approval yet. Like, what did the letter say?
It was basically, I got the letter. I'm actually on the wrong side of the road. I think they just put them out for everybody going, if you're interested, contact your township. See if you make it happen.
You could
Something
see what the
like that.
letter should say now if you go forward with us and then. define-
They probably have a copy on their website if something,
What does it mean to me? Do I live there? I don't live there, but if I live there, do I contract somebody to do the work? Do they do the work? Where's the time frame you have to get it done? You know what I mean? You gotta know. So, okay.
Just to answer, generally, the authority will do the tap and take it outside of the road. The property owner is probably then responsible to get his own contractor to move it in. So you don't have to wait for the whole thing to be connected to the house. You just need to get that tap out of the road and
you can connect to your house.
authority
They
will
would
take.
be responsible for getting it done. So
Yeah.
then they give me.
Sure.
Makes sense.
Any other, okay.
Dave Rice, 219 Augustine. So question. So I guess the question is, so when they finish the line, that means they're going to start paving. That means the time is cut off, right?
Correct. That's
So
why,
do we
that's why.
know about where they are, how far? Because they gave us an update, not put a
The
bone.
line's done.
The-
They're just waiting to repay.
So they have a window now to reconnect these before they.
So we're extending it.
We aren't. Well, no, we're not
Oh.
extending it. We're keeping them within their window of their.
Gotcha. And I think it was
contract.
September 30th.
Sometime.
Actually, I think September 30th was the date of the,
September sometime.
yeah.
Yes.
30th sticks in my head.
I don't know
if
the
it's
exact
last
date, but
Okay, that clarifies. Thank you.
okay, done.
John Swardock, 715 Ridge Valley Road. Is the township going to take advantage of this to connect the township building?
I think we should. That would be my recommendation. Every township property, I think, that we own along here should be connected to public water. That eliminates the problem of wells in the future. You know what it costs to put a well in?
Yes.
And we own the house next door. We own the farm down behind here. We own this township building. We own Public Works. We can't connect anything on that side.
Right.
But we certainly can do the ones on this side.
You can connect across the
So
street.
can we?
Yes.
Okay. Well, there you go, the park. That is important too, because we all know the water situation in the park. Brown. Not very good.
Is somebody going to put together a plan for the township facilities, including the park? including-
Well, what we'll do, if we approve this, we will let the manager work through the park properties that we have here that can connect.
All I would need is a motion from the board for me to start the process.
And I will tell you, can't speak for the other two, but from my perspective, all township properties that would be eligible for this water service, I would support.
Makes sense.
I've already made that recommendation.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
The manager.
David? So, yes, sir.
Question. Same kind of topic, but for the road signage that's out there today, right? Who manages that for them? Do you know? Like you probably come this way all the time, right? But the sign says Ridge Road open to Noah's Ark. So some people are going, oh shit, I can't go all the way. But no, I can. No, I can't. Just a thought.
PennDOT is responsible, but North Penn Water, okay, the contractor does it, but PennDOT ultimately puts out the signage.
Yeah. I mean, I travel this way, but man, those signs are so confusing. And I see people that are from this area.
When it first
They're turning
started,
around
the
circles.
people were all using Ridge Road, or Ridge Valley Road, and that was
Right.
like driving things crazy out at the Twin Churches and the bridge, the 1-lane bridge on Allentown Road. It was a total mess.
But I was like, stop or go. I saw the sign that says open to Noah's Ark. Do I keep going? You know? And it's open.
Right.
So, but anyway, but somebody should do that.
Yep. Okay. See, that's okay. You have to be on speaker.
This is just for me to close loop in my head. So you mentioned what happens to the wells? So say somebody ties in, do they have to get capped off? I'm thinking just like what happens if a pump just starts running and somewhere is pumping water out, or there's no stipulation if they tie in that anything has to happen to the well. It's just theirs to manage, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just curious.
There's the manager. Okay. So that being said, I will ask or enter.
One clarification or typo, because one of our whereases says that the purpose of supplying public water to certain portions of its service area in Montgomery County. It's actually Bucks County, so we have to.
Oh, no. So that section is just to describe that North Penn Water Authority is connecting. The reason it's putting in its transmission main is connecting some of its service areas in Bucks County to some of its service areas in Montgomery County.
Okay.
I think it's Salford Township.
Gotcha.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Okay, that being said, I will entertain a motion to move forward on allowing residents to connect to this water line within the prescribed window. Correct?
Sign the water service agreement.
To execute this agreement.
Yes. All right. Anything else?
The second part, to authorize the township manager to connect township properties.
Yep, right. That is the second part.
The township existing properties.
No, but I mean for other people, only this.
Yeah, that's in the thing. Okay, do we have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
I will second.
Motion's been made and second. All those signify by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And the final item on the solicitor's report is that simply you just have agreements for your consideration, for your signature relating to the 3115 Meeting House cold storage land development project. I believe you have a development agreement, memo of development agreement, stormwater agreement, and some other documentation there for your signature. That's ready for you.
We've all seen this. Anybody have any questions regarding it?
No questions.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion to sign these documents.
So moved.
Okay. Second. Motion's been made and second. All those signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you. Carries.
Thank you. That concludes my solicitor's report.
Make a motion to approve the solicitor's report.
Thank you. We have it seconded. All those signify by saying aye. Aye. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Thank you, David.
All right, moving forward. Next on the agenda is the manager report. Mr. Lippincott.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The first item is a resolution for your consideration, supporting Pennsylvania House Bill 1152, requiring insurance companies to directly reimburse emergency medical service providers for services rendered to the Commonwealth residents. It says, whereas emergency medical services agencies in Pennsylvania are experiencing significant financial losses due to insurance reimbursements being sent directly to patients instead of EMS providers who render the service. And whereas the misdirection of reimbursement results in uncollected funds compromising the financial stability of EMS agencies and potentially affecting their ability to provide timely, effective emergency responses. And whereas an uncollected funds place additional financial burden on the municipal taxpayers who support their local EMS providers financially, and whereas House Bill 1152 aims to amend existing insurance laws to require that reimbursements for emergency medical services be paid directly to the EMS providers, ensuring that the agencies receive the funds necessary to maintain the operations and continue the service of the communities. Whereas supporting House Bill 1152 aligns with West Rock Hills Township longstanding commitment to public safety and the well-being of the residents by ensuring its primary EMS agency is adequately funded. The board now resolves of West Rock Hill Township to support House Bill 1152 and urges members of the Pennsylvania Assembly to enact legislation to safeguard the financial viability of EMS providers. The comment.
Okay, any questions on that?
I have no questions.
No questions.
Entertain a motion?
So moved.
Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
Second, all those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, ayes have it. Thank you.
That's a 2025-15. The next item is our annual authorization to go out to bid for snow plowing services. I need just a motion to authorize to advertise.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, motion's been made.
I will second.
Yep, second. All those signify by saying aye. Aye. Okay. Get it down.
I have one more item. I'm sorry that it didn't make the agenda. That is my fault. There's a resolution that is needed by the Board of Supervisors to hang the 30th anniversary
Yes.
banner across Ridge Road for September Fest. The resolution says that we will abide by all PennDOT regulations. It will be up for 30 days from September 1st to September 30th. And that you hereby authorize the township manager to fill out all forms and all paperwork for the banner to go across Ridge Road.
Okay, that has to happen for sure.
Who, is responsible for hanging that sign? Or Public Works, or is there?
No.
No, we,
Naysville will take care of it.
Naysville Quarry is going to take care of it for us.
I didn't know if Park and Rec was gonna.
Across Ridge Road? You kidding me? Okay, I'll entertain a motion for approval.
So moved.
Okay, motion's been made.
Second.
All those signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
And that is resolution 2025-16.
Well, Dave can climb.
And that's all I have.
Okay. All right, thank you. I'll entertain a motion for approval of the manager's report.
So moved.
Second.
Motion's been made and second. All those signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Old business.
I have, two things.
Yes, sir.
Well, one thing, but I think, I would like the township manager to get a hold of North Penn, Water and talk to them about fixing up patch paving this road out here. I mean, I drove it tonight and
Ridge Road?
yeah, I wasn't on a motorcycle
Not here.
and it was all over the place. Right. That's what I meant. And I also think we should talk to them about the confusing signs and who's responsible for them. Yeah, if they're there and they're not necessary, let's get rid of them.
Well, the discussion should be made. As you know, last month I brought up the situation with the restoration. I'll bring it up again. Where are we at with the restoration on the other side? It looked like crap over there on Sellersville side before. The restoration of the line and stuff?
For all month.
Yeah. Where are we at with that? Did they do anything?
I know that they cleaned it up some. I'll have to go check to make sure that it's complete.
Yeah, the last time,
They improved it, but I don't know if it's.
Okay.
the last time I had checked, they had improved it from Long Avenue to Life Mark. It's still pretty bad. Past the Life Mark.
Okay. All right. So.
That was it.
He will take care of those things.
Thank you, Greg.
All right. Hal, you have any old business?
Not really.
Okay, new business?
No, I'll just remember that we have a bunch of things coming up for fundraisers for Holiday House. Thank you for
Yep,
putting them up on the board for at James Park.
absolutely. Okay, moving forward, any public comment?
Jim Miller, 916 Thousand Acre Road. Resolution HB 1152. Greg, and Jay, I'm sure you remember this too. We passed a similar resolution about 7 years ago for the fire department. So do these two conflict in any way, or is?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
No, that is for like car accidents and anytime
Right.
that they go out in those services, they have the right to bill.
Okay.
Bill directly to the insurance.
And that's what this is, for medical services.
It mandates insurance companies to pay the EMS services like the ambulances.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, any other public comment? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn into executive session.
So moved.
A motion's been made.
Seconded?
Second, all those signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you all for coming. Thanks for participating. Great questions tonight.
Dave, do you want me to call you on the phone?
Yes, please.
All right.